Hello everyone. It's me, Chaff Commander Coffee, and we're back with my third episode of my guide series for Realism Invictus 3.5. So, continuing where we left off, we had an epidemic in our capital which has hurt our production. Again, it's a showcasing, try and keep that epidemic chance down. It's not good, definitely don't want it. But in the meantime, we've got some wonders we need to start building and focusing on our special traits being philosophical. Maybe get some great people if we can get those wonders built. We've got our next city up. Our next city is going to be focused pretty much entirely on construction right now. We won't be building any real improvements for it because they won't be able to make use of it so much. We will want a road up there though. The road will help us move units there if barbarians start becoming more of a problem. So I do want to get a road up in that location. We're just going to quickly explore this little bit of dark territory, see if we can't find any more resources. No, okay, right. So the scout's going to come here and just make sure no barbarians spawn where we want to build our next city. So everyone's founding the early religions in the game. We actually managed to pick up Hinduism, which I wasn't expecting, but there you go. And we got 2 new civics, so we're going to take a look at those. So we unlocked our first government civic, which is Republic. We get higher maintenance costs, but more happiness in our largest cities. If you're planning on going tall, as opposed to wide, so tall is talking about a strategy where you have fewer cities, but those cities are very developed. It works very well with great people, because you can have very large cities with lots and lots of specialists in them. Whereas wide is something like despotism, where you get less maintenance costs from number of cities. So you want to build lots of cities and land grab a lot of territory. Good for more warlike civs as well. I think for us personally, Republic would be perfect. And pacifism is something I'm not massively keen on. We don't currently have any birth rate from, or any great person birth rate. Adopting just Republic would only take 1 turn, where pacifism would take 2, and it does hurt our military unit production, and we still want to have a strong enough army to deter the other civs from doing anything silly. But we will take Republic. I think Republic's going to be helpful to get our cities that extra bit larger. Now, I'm actually going to focus Gondor on growth, even though we are building the Temple of Artemis, because I think we have pretty good odds of getting it early on, and the larger the city is, well, the faster it will produce things. So I think that's something we want to grab. Now, we did swap to pastoral nomadism quickly. I might go back to it actually because we don't really have any farming resources, but it does affect your wonder production. So that's why pastoral nomadism is good to get your city up a few population points, and then swapping it back to it when you decide you want to build a wonder. So I think we'll keep it off for now because we want to make sure we get our wonder. So our workers just coming over to, because we have enough improvements built in our capital that we don't really need to worry about building any more right now for our population. So our workers going to come over and start improving Mek'Aleh. Now we do want to build another settler, but I think we'll focus on wonders because we've got a few that we've got like we want to build the Parthenon after this, and then after that we want to build the Great Library. So we're going to just focus entirely on wonders for the time being. Traditional custom instead of rule of fear. Now this is actually something that I do like. The extra culture in all cities helps a lot in growing your early borders. The health is not so relevant to start with. New units getting experience is not so relevant either, but compared to rule of fear, I like traditional custom. I think the extra culture is really handy early on, so we're going to take that. And since Mek'Aleh doesn't actually have any growth right now, but it needs production to get those culture buildings built, we're actually going to start with a mine rather than a farm. Okay. And apparently Carthaginians are willing to trade clams. I don't really want to trade clams for anything right now. The Koreans, however, do not like us anymore because they discovered a religion, and obviously now we have negative relations. They're fine keeping open borders for now, but I think over time they will get gradually more and more angry with us for being another faith. So we do need to keep an eye on them, and that's why we need a stronger army than them, so they don't get any silly ideas. Whilst we're busy building wonders, you know, we don't need to build troops, we can just build wonders. We've got some more technology from getting a storyteller's circle here. And I think once we got the workboat built and the city's grown a bit more, I think this city might actually build the next settler that we need. But we'll worry about that in a little bit. So I think this episode will continue until we've got the Temple of Artemis built. Now that we have the granary, So -4, 1 from that goes off the population, global modifiers. Right, if Gondor grows again, we'll get a epidemic chance again. So what I'm going to do is swap it back over to production focus. It will still grow before the temple's built, but I'd like to avoid getting any more epidemics there whilst we're building our wonders. Okay, so we've almost got this monument done, which is good. Our culture will be much better. Oh, and the Carthaginians convert to Hinduism. Oh, that's great. That's really good. We now have like an early ally who will probably stick with us for, well, a good portion of the game now. That's really handy. We can also tell them to go and attack the Koreans if they decide to declare war on us. Which it looks like both the Koreans and Carthage are building a lot more units, which is to be expected. But since we're building a wonder, we can't really afford to change track, if you would. Okay, so we've got literature. We can now build a great library as well. And we've got quite a lot of early technologies we need to now start focusing on. And I think priesthood, we could go for sailing or bronze working or something like that. I think priesthood's the way forward because it will give us civil religion, which is a great civic if you have your own religion in your lands. Increases the build rate of buildings, which is obviously very useful when building all sorts of, when we're starting to expand. It's a good thing. Okay, so Gondor's now expanded and we can actually get this marble now, which is going to be a top priority. So the worker's got 3 turns left to build that farm, but the farm's less important, so we're going to go and get that marble straight away. And I'm actually going to move this warrior over to the marble to protect it, because that is, again, top priority. We need to keep that protected and working for us. So the workboat got finished a little quickly, which is not too much of a problem. I'm not worried about that. The borders will expand soon enough. And then Mech-Ele can go over to a food focus and start working on these fish, which will help it grow a bit quicker. And that also gives us some more food in the capital. Health, sorry, from food resources. Okay, so it's the next 50 turns. As I say, I'm going to carry on until the Temple of Artemis is done and just keep building up our cities. We're going to get a quarry in 7 turns. The quarry's not going to help the Temple of Artemis be built, but it will help our next wonders after that. So we're going to adopt civil religion. A very useful, again, very useful civic if you do get an early religion, because cities construct buildings 25% faster. The espionage is okay, but the extra production from priests is also very handy, since we're going to have a lot of specialists, and one of the earliest specialists in the game that you'll have plenty of is priests. So we're going to adopt that. I think afterwards we need to sort of roll back and get some earlier texts from the ancient era. So we're going to grab sailing to help with coastal trade. We finished the fishing docks here. I think after that we're going to want... could have them build the settler. It's still going to take a while, so I think next we're going to build a granary. And just have Mech-Ele grow for now. Once this worker's done with the quarry, he'll build a road, finish that farm, and then build on the sheep. So we finished sailing, so we can trade on coasts now. Archery's not super handy. Bronze working's pretty good, but not for us right now. I think we'll go for architecture, so we can build cottages, which we may need a few of. And as you can see, barbarians have started to spawn. Now, this barbarian doesn't really stand a chance attacking our militia, but as the barbarians get more aggressive, you can see we've got barbarians coming. There's 2 of them down here. Our militia should be okay to beat them, but just in case, I'm going to move this guy here. So always keep an eye out for barbarians coming to your borders when they start spawning. Okay, and we're going to move him onto this hill, so that we're going to block the barbarians from moving over the river. Okay, now he's going to come back this way, and we're going to move over to the forest. So we're going to just kite this barbarian around, or these 2 barbarians, and see if they do anything silly. I'm going to pop him on that hill, have this guy just wait here. This might encourage them to... Okay, they moved over the river. That's fine. We're going to keep blocking these barbarians and just see what they plan on doing. And we finished the Temple of Artemis. Excellent. So we've got our first wonder, which is going to start producing us great merchants. We get 100% trade route yield, which is excellent. We're getting 3 commerce from trading with Carthage. Plus 2 commerce from camps. The camps providing an extra 2 commerce there. And 10% extra commerce with deer. And we have access to deer, so that's also really good. We're then going to start working on the Parthenon, and after that we're going to build the Great Library. It does require us to build a library first though, so we're going to have to build that afterwards, and then the Great Library after that. But we're well on track for getting plenty of wonders, which, with our civilization, our early bonuses, will make going for wonders very, very good. Do keep in mind, if you play on higher difficulties, the AI is much more likely to get early wonders before you, which can be a massive pain in the arse. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, if you play on higher difficulties, some of the rules will change. But when I do my main series, hopefully you'll see what the differences are. But yeah, so we've sort of finished our goal for this session, which is getting one of our wonders completed. I think the goal of next episode will be to finish the Great Library as well, the Parthenon followed by the Great Library. And if we can do that, we will be miles ahead with wonders, which will give us loads and loads of technology and loads of specialists, which is just what we need. Anyway, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.